Okay, this hat's getting annoying. It's going.
Wait, you need to take it off on... Oh, no, you are on camera. Never mind. I was going to say you need to take it off on camera for continuity's sake.
I just did.
Don't pay any attention to me.
Hi and welcome back to The Best Thing You Watched This week. Chris from Moves and Munchies, myself, Ruben from the Ruby Tuesday. This week we're going to have an interesting discussion on the best things we watch, because that's what we talk about here on this podcast, videocast, wherever you're watching or listening. We're probably there. On the audio podcast, we have a number of places that we put out our content, I believe, as many as we can, as far reaching as possible. So if you're hearing us for the first time, this is the order: movies, more movies, in the audio, more movies, and then entertainment about movies, and then a movie we haven't spoken about or haven't seen, and then something we didn't quite like, which is normally movies or something, entertainment news, and what we're looking forward to about movies. It's generally movies.
So you're saying we talk about movies?
Yeah, a little bit. And Patreon, which starts at £1. It's called The Bearded Ones. There'll be links in our descriptions. Yep, we've got over 65 videos there now, different discussions on movies, and lots of movie quizzes, all entertainment, but that just starts at £1. So if you want to go see more how much fun we have in there, we've got a nice community that's joined us there now. I'm really appreciative of everyone or anyone that spends extra time looking at our bearded faces. Generally, we start with a movie quiz that Chris brings us and lets us know who won the previous weeks. So Chris, I'll hand over the reins to you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, congratulations, Nostromo and Red Comet got all three from last time,
well done.
Which was The Crow, iRobot, and Dark City.
Oh, what's the theme?
Alex Proyas, the director.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that director's not on my radar at all. Weird.
No, obscure. Even though you like
even
all
though the
his
films
movies.
are amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. You ready for this week's?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay. There is a theme, just so everybody knows. All right. Number one. I'm sorry, but were you dropped on your head as an infant, or were you just born stupid?
I was born stupid.
What is it with you gays? Are you really that repulsed by lady parts? What do you think I have down there? A gnome? All right, number three. Anything new is bad. Curiosity is bad. Going out at night is bad. Basically, anything fun is bad. Welcome to my world. But this is a story about how all that changed in an instant.
Okay. Cool.
So let us know in the comments. Give a little space there. Yeah. And we'll give you the shout out next week if you can get all three right. In the meantime, Ruben, do you have a question for us?
Yes. Name me your top 3 villains of all time on film or TV series, if you like.
Oh, okay. Alice Morgan from Luther. Love her. Nice. Let's see. There's going to be some that I miss. I know it. But Umbridge from Harry Potter, way more of a villain than Voldemort ever was.
I'd take Umbridge with that.
Yeah, I bet you do. And, oh gosh, the third one. Let's see. What? I really like, I like how unhinged, no, I'm not going to go that one. I'm going to do, I went out of focus again. That's weird. What's her name? Jodie Comer from, Villanelle.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's great.
She's so great.
She is insane.
Yeah, I love it. Love her.
She plays that so well. Nice.
Yeah. Okay, how about you?
Vader, probably my number one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because anytime he walks into a room, everybody kind of poos themselves. So I think that's fair. Yeah, there's so many good villains, aren't there? Probably Heath Ledger's Joker. I think he had
excellent,
incredible presence in that movie. Is it a villain if it's an entity? I guess that creature from the movie with the boy that reads the book that the thing comes alive. You got us to watch the movie. It's like the scariest movie, and Kirsten won't watch it ever again.
Oh, the Babadook.
The Babadook, yeah.
Oh.
Flipping out. Yeah. It's terrifying.
Freaky. Yeah.
So let us know your top 3 villains. There's so many to choose from, and various styles from slashers to supernatural entities. It'll be interesting to see what people put down there, and give us an honorable mention. If you want to do top 3 and maybe another one just because you're like, you can't decide, that's fine. But no more than that.
I draw the line at 30.
Yeah, 64. But let's get into talking about the best thing we watched this week.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You want to go first?
Sure.
Okay.
You've seen a few of my reviews, right?
Yes.
Yeah. What's the thing that I rated out of?
Nicolas Cage's.
Exactly. And this week I saw a Nicolas Cage film that just came out called Dream Scenario. It's an A24 film. I haven't even reviewed it on my channel. I literally 20 minutes ago came from the cinema to be talking about this now when we're recording it. So it's really fresh in my brain. It feels like a film that was written for Nicolas Cage. It's so weird and quirky. It just fits Nick Cage like to a T. He looks like his character from Adaptation. If you remember that guy, like sort of balding on the head, but like grey hair on the side. So he looks similar to that character. But he's a tenured professor that is unsatisfied in life. Like he has 2 wonderful daughters, wonderful wife. He just can't get published, or everybody around him seems to be going on with life or getting those extra things that just he seems to not be able to attain. So he walks around not with jealousy, but like a disappointment and some jealousy of everybody else around him. And so he keeps teaching as the professor at this university, and then little bit by little bit, people start dreaming of him. And so they have these dreams, but he is just in their dreams, and he's not doing anything particular. Like he'll just be standing around. Someone can be hunted by like a serial killer, and he'll just be like, Or you can see things falling from the sky, or gravity won't be doing what it's supposed to be, and he'll be like sweeping up leaves. And at first it's like just a few, but then it becomes an infestation, and that's where the film gets really interesting. It's a film that doesn't really stick to landing as to what genre it is, because it's all over the place. It's one of a love story of the family. It's one of a broken man. It's one of this mystery of whether there is anything supernatural, whether people can actually have the same dream of one person, and then what society would do with that, and how it goes from almost something innocent and interesting to something really dark, as it totally would. Yeah. And then at the end of the film, I was like, I don't know how I would have ended it, but I don't want it to be ending that way. But also, this is probably the only way it could have ended. It's that sort of film. It's totally A24, but there are some phenomenal acting moments, like really good acting moments from Nick Cage. There are others as well, but he just gives a performance that I was like, this is going to be in my top five performances from Nick Cage. This is great. It's up there with Pig and Leaving Las Vegas. You know, those type of really great moments from him when you're just like, this is so good. It's also really riveting in a way that's surprising, because it is slow, because it builds and it takes you on a journey of what he's going through, and you're often going, this is so odd, what the hell is going on in this movie? But it's so mesmerizing.
So outside of his performance, with all of these like kind of melding genres,
Yeah.
Does it feel cohesive though? I mean, does it work?
It's cohesive because it's his life, so it will often cut from one moment to another. And there's been some time, some past, but because we're following him and all the things that are happening to him, we see the progression of like people that are affected by him. And so, like imagine being judged for being someone's dream, and like
no. That's so unfair.
It is very unfair, but when it's happening to thousands or then hundreds of thousands, people will blame you because it's you, right? You're the only one that's in all these people's dreams. How is that happening? You are the common denominator. But also, think about how that affects that one person. Like, if you think you've had a sucky because he's might have attacked you in your dream, or it's progressed to something nasty, but then imagine that person, if that happens to everybody, then everybody blames you. Imagine how that affects that person.
Well,
it's...
Okay, so, and if this is a spoiler, don't tell me, but
all right.
Isn't that just what reality is? Like, do they ever show that somebody is sleeping or this is actually their dream, or is it always like, because you know what I mean, theoretically, I'm in a dream. I'm in the Matrix, right? and so everybody else is happening around. Well, they're just interacting with my perception of the world, and so it's my dream.
That conversation is even had.
Oh my gosh, really?
And he has it. He says, like, why is this my fault? This is your dream. My reality is different to yours. But when everybody has it at the same time, it's all different versions, their own dreams, but it's him doing the things, then is he the controller of the Matrix? Because he shouldn't be able to have that power. Dream walking, I guess.
Well, the steak is delicious.
Yeah, plug me back in. It's dark, it's funny in places, in the driest way. It's not like comedy jokes, it's just funny because what you're seeing on screen is weird enough for you to go, oh, okay. It's annoying in the way that he's such a real character that he makes decisions that you don't want him to make. So he could easily get himself out of the situations. He could make better decisions. But because he's so human, he's such a real character, he doesn't. Because how often do we learn by doing the right thing? Most of the time we learn by doing the wrong thing. And fortunately for him, doing the wrong thing messes up his life. So it's frustrating. You're like, come on, you know what's going to help you in this situation. It's such a classic A24 film. Perfect for Nick Cage. It's not going to please everybody.
Did I see Michael Cera?
Yes.
In this? Okay.
Yeah, he runs an agency.
In the United States, this does not come out until November 22nd.
What? Why?
Yeah. Oh. So, you suck.
Sorry. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah. Been wanting to see this one, so that's, okay. Dude. Nice. Yeah, this is on my must see list.
Yeah, you got it. You got to watch this. Yeah, I'm really interested to see what you think about it. What's on your list?
Well, mine is something that I have not reviewed. It's a series, and it didn't come out this week. I mean, it's been out. It's a weekly release.
It's been out. Okay.
Yeah, and when it first came out, a lot of people were like, dude, you got to check this out. Are you going to watch this? Are you going to check this out? And I'm like, maybe, you know, and then Rusty Shackelford commented, just one of yours, you know, and was like, dude, you should watch this. And I'm like, okay, fine. You're like the 12th person who's told me to get on this. So
fine, peer pressure me.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, and honestly, my week of watching has been a struggle. Like most of the things that I have watched, I've just been like, oh,
right. Yeah, I noticed you and I both didn't put out that much content. Yeah.
No. And I was even going through older stuff too.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, let me put this on. And no, which is, one of them's going to be in the worst thing that I watched this week because I was so looking forward to it also, which is such a bummer. But
yeah.
on Hulu in the US, I believe it's on Disney Plus in the UK. It's the series Goosebumps.
Oh, it did the new one.
Yeah. Have you watched any of this?
I haven't. Is it good?
Dude, I'm on episode 3 and I'm like fully invested.
What? It's good. Oh my goodness. Okay.
I mean, it's definitely has a teen angst angle to it. You know what I mean? It's geared more towards young adults, but because it then incorporates some older actors and older, kind of our age, probably a little younger. And they're involved in it also. It feels made for us as well.
Yay.
Like it's not a kids show. You know, like some of the Goosebumps stories are very
some of them very
kidified
young.
And stuff like that.
Yeah.
Even the Jack Black movie was made more for families. This is a little less. I mean, it's TV 14 in the US, so whatever.
Okay.
But you have. So these high schoolers, they accidentally unleash some supernatural forces, and now they're working together to try and fix it, solve it.
Right.
Well, they don't even realize what's going on totally yet. But there's the parental ties are awesome because it's a parallel type of thing there.
Nice.
You've got some. I'm like enthralled in some of these personas too.
Wait, so. They're not individual stories. It's a continuing arc.
I thought it was individual stories first off.
I'm so much more interested now.
Okay. But so there is an overarching like mystery to it, but because at least in the first 2 episodes they focused on different people and different terrors, maybe things happening.
Okay.
It could be also taking Goosebumps stories and intertwining them, kind of like Fall of the House of Usher did. Right. You know, that it's the overarching thing. And so it is, there's 10 episodes. They're not even all out yet.
Oh.
They're like 45-ish minutes, maybe an hour.
So they're chunky as well. Jeez.
Yeah, dude. There's one more. It concludes on the 17th. Okay. I don't know where I've been.
So you really enjoyed this.
I did, because it takes itself seriously and then also has moments where it's just kind of goofy. And so that intertwining really works. You have, and some of the actors have their character allows them to be bigger than what they normally would be. Justin Long is in this, and he's one of those where he's an everyman, and then he's kind of not. And so it's just, the cast works really well together. I think the drama is a little overplayed. Some of the angst is played up. Some of the interactions between the teenagers is exaggerated somewhat, but it adds to just drama within the show. And so far, I'm really enjoying it. I think it's fun. It's smart. And more importantly, at least for me, because I didn't read any of the Goosebumps stories, they all feel new, and I don't know where it's going. So I'm like along for the ride, as it's kind of a mystery, kind of a thriller, and some of the special effects, even in the first episode, they're pretty good. You get some gnarly stuff there. I mean, they're not like top tier cinema quality, just flawless across the board, but for a show and for, to be engaged, it was a lot of fun. So
I shouldn't cancel my Disney Plus subscription just yet.
No, binge 10 hours and then go for it.
Okay.
Because it's, with next week being the finale, or this coming week being the finale. Huge surprise. I'm so glad that people told me about this, because truly I would not have watched. I thought it was just going to be some, younger kid themed, individual anthology that was probably fine, but it's, right up my alley. Loving it.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
So happy to carry on?
Yes, please do.
Cool. Let me change my battery. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, this hat's getting annoying. It's going.
Wait, you need to take it off on... Oh, no, you are on camera. Never mind. I was going to say you need to take it off on camera for continuity's sake.
I just did.
Don't pay any attention to me.
You were right.
Apparently not.
Yeah, apparently not. Okay, so as part of my double bill of cinema going, I haven't done this in ages, and I'm actually tired. Like first world issues, but like watching that many 2 films at the cinema with all the adverts and like timing it so that there was 5 minutes in between the screening. So I was like, and I was like, okay, I'm sad. I watched the Marvels, and I am so surprised at how much I enjoyed it. I expected to not hate it, but just be like, ugh. It's
right?
Yeah. I saw so much negativity towards it. I also saw some reviewers, especially female reviewers, saying that if men didn't like it, they were being sexist. I'm like, well, that sucks that you think that's not fair either. I think that's a lot of doo-doo. So I went in with like all those feelings, like the weight of the internet on my head. And then literally minutes into it, I was like, this is good. The pacing of this is fun. The 3, that's what works. It's Kamala Khan. You got Monica Rambeau, and obviously Captain Marvel. When you finally get them 3, and if you've seen the trailer, you see that their powers are on the fritz, and every time they use the powers, they're swapping out like their placements of where they're at, and it causes chaos in the best way possible. But it's the geekiness of Kamala Khan that just loves being around Captain Marvel, and it's the real kind of friendship or the weight of what's gone in the past that knits Monica Rambeau and Captain Marvel together. And then when there's some weight to what's happening in the story and they're together, that's when it works well. And when you get a little bit of Nick Fury and the comedy with the cats, it all kind of starts playing. It's not like at the level of Thor: Love and Thunder comedy, but it's not quite at the level of Thor Ragnarok. It sits somewhere in between that. It does have silly moments, but it also has comedy that works because it has heart behind it. And I think that is largely because of the 3. So I would say that the bad guy, or in this case the female lady, who's a copy of Ronan, obviously, she's the weakest part of the film, like by far. I would say that's like, I was talking to you off camera earlier that some people were saying, oh, she's just a copy of Ronan, but I kind of think that she's a better version of Ronan because she has more weight to her story. We didn't have much weight, like what is Ronan doing, why is he even there, that sort of thing.
He's just a bad guy.
Yeah, and she is just a bad girl, but actually she has a reason of why she's doing this stuff. And so I would take umbrage with that I just thrown out comment. But I do think we don't know next to nothing about her. She just wields the purple hammer somehow.
Which I don't understand. That one I don't understand. Okay, that was a nagging thing throughout the entire movie because for Ronan to have the purple hammer, he had to take the Infinity Stone and smash it into the side of it. Yeah,
and almost killed him when he held the. Yeah, you had to get rid of the stone. Yeah, so I don't know where she got her purple juju from, but it was there.
Yeah,
so we know that she got extra power from a thing that ties the universe together. And talking about that, there's the series of Kamala Khan, which is called Miss Marvel, which in my opinion is like top 3 easy in the series. So easy. Good. It's so good. So much fun. We also have WandaVision, where we have Monica Rambeau's story starting. And you kind of need to actually need to have watched the WandaVision and the series with, gosh, my brain.
Kamala.
Yeah. So you need to have watched them because there's so much weight and threads of the story that they pull on that they're trying to do like little flashy things, but that would mean nothing to you with like the flashbacks unless you'd seen Captain Marvel, the first film, unless you'd seen the 2 TV series. So I liked it because I've seen everything. Yeah. But this is a conversation you and I have had a lot recently. It's like you shouldn't force your audience because who has the time? We're lucky because this is kind of what we do. Right?
We have very odd watching schedule, not normal by any means.
No, we're probably in the 1% of what people watch, like the amount that we consume. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So I didn't like that to get like the full weight of the characters that you needed to have seen the series. Because like you, I saw it also. I saw both series. I liked both series. I loved Miss Marvel. I thought that was brilliant because I love her character and I love the actress. She brings
she's fantastic.
Just all this bubbly personality, which I almost think at times after seeing her on like red carpet stuff that I'm not sure she's acting.
No, that's her. Yeah, that feels authentically her. Yeah.
She's legitimately just geeking out when she meets Captain Marvel.
Yes, it's great.
So, but like the entire portion with her family meant so much more to me having seen the series because I understand that huge dynamic that goes within there. I mean, you get, the movie it tries to give us some of that and you can kind of understand who they are, but they're very thin without seeing the series. So, yeah.
I've seen a lot of people have negative reactions to, there's a cat scene in this, and I loved it. Like even Jeremy Jans, he went on a bit of a rant with like the cat scene, and yeah, I thought it didn't hinder it. I don't equate it to something like the annoying goats in Thor: Love and Thunder. No. In this film, they worked and they were part of the story and progressed it.
And from the very beginning, it was it was built in.
It's built in, but it's been built in like way back. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so this, I love that scene too. I thought it worked really well, and I was like, yeah, okay. I didn't expect this, but I'm loving it.
Yeah, no, I was so there for it. There is a mid-credit scene that I think is going to break the internet.
Yeah.
That I honestly, I geeked out, and I was very happy. I thought the special effects that they used for a character looked great. There's a door in the background that I almost cried. You had to be at the metal shiny thing. And even just the mention of a certain name, I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Bring it.
Okay, so this is on my list also.
Okay, cool.
Because I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, you shill.
Yes, I have been called a shill already. Jog on, you troglodyte. If we disagree on something, that does not make me a shill. I gave all the reasons why I enjoyed it, backed it up with examples, and there you go. And it's got like 61% on Rotten Tomatoes from the critics, and then 80 something from the audience.
Really,
so,
I haven't even seen the tomato scores.
So I'm not like this outlier going, oh my gosh, this is the greatest thing ever, and you need to watch this. No, I had fun with it. It was
definitely. If you want to pull it apart, you can totally. There are definitely issues with even with their powers. Like when they're using it, they didn't always swap between when they were using the powers, and it just like, what are the laws behind this? And I was talking to you about breathing in space. There's so much that I was like, what's happening? We've mentioned about the power, the hammer. There are things that you could totally, if you wanted to, but in the Marvel superhero, the MCU, do you want to do that sort of thing? No, it is grounded. It has weight behind it. There's a moment in this where something happens, and if this was true to form of like some of the old Marvel films where they have something big of weight happen and then they immediately undo it, like, oh no, they're going to save the day. Oh, they do save the day. Oh, that was scary for a minute. In this one, they just let it just happens, and you're like, oh crap. Like,
I was shocked by that. I was a little, and because of the very quick discussion that happens too.
Yeah.
With that, because it was like, oh, that's, I mean, that's warrior is what you're, a warrior is saying this. And it's like, Gosh,
and I was like, dang, I'm even more now in, because they're having to make decisions that are not easy. This isn't just happy-go-lucky, we're best friends and we're flying around space kicking bad guys' asses. No, now this is like civilizations in our hand that we're messing with.
Yeah. Well, and I loved the growth that we got to see from the characters as well. You know, because there was some reconciliation there. There was some calling out of behaviors or attitudes, and the opportunity to then learn from that and move forward as a different person with that new knowledge. And I thought that was wonderful too. I was fun. I thought I liked too, and we haven't talked about this yet, but the editing, like some of the fight sequences,
really good.
We weren't being so chopped up that you can't see anything. I mean,
and they could easily have gone that way because of the switch, but you get to see what's going on.
Yeah, and the camera, like when a fight is taking place in Kamala Khan's house, the camera is spinning around. It's not a one shot by any means, but you get chunks of visual. No cutting from that.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, this is awesome, and it does sacrifice a little bit that you don't get to see what's going on with the other characters, but
I think it really worked. Yeah, I was surprised by it. It was good fun.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one too. My son came home, he saw it after me last night as well, and I was like, "Hey, what'd you think?" He goes, "I had fun with it. It was good." I was like, "Yeah, it's just I mean, it's not. Was it the best one in the MCU? Absolutely not. It's not the worst one either, though. I mean." Even recently, like Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
And the more and the funny thing is, the more I think about these, like the less that I want to rewatch them. So Love and Thunder, Quantum Mania.
There's
There's probably
the Doctor Strange one.
Yeah.
But I would watch this. I would rewatch this one.
I would. I like this one. This was fun. Yeah. So. Yeah, I don't know. Chris the Shill, how are you doing?
High five. So what's next on your list then?
I don't have anything else on my list. That gives you the idea of my week of watching, because I was struggling.
Wow.
I was excited for a series that
disappointed you.
I was going to finish it. It was 8 episodes, and I'm through 2 episodes because
it's not the one I watched, is it?
Probably not. No, this is a grueling exercise.
Did it just come out?
The day we're recording, yes.
Right. Okay.
And
cool.
I can talk about it for a second if you want. It's called The Curse. It's on Showtime. And it's with Emma Stone, Nathan Fielder, and Benny Safdie.
But Emma Stone?
Yeah.
Doesn't she walk on like golden eggs?
Well,
everything she does is amazing.
Okay. The show is not bad.
Is it about werewolves?
No. It's not really even about a curse. But
that's disappointing.
Did you like, I mean, there is a curse in it, but it's more about people.
Okay.
Did you like Uncut Gems?
It was depressing. Not really.
Would you watch it again?
No.
Okay. I loved Uncut Gems, and I will not watch it again.
Right.
Have you seen Good Time? I haven't seen it, but everybody says it's like just right on par with the stress and the anxiety of Uncut Gems, because they're both by the Safdie brothers. So
right. I don't think I have then. No.
Okay. Do you ever watch, like Nathan Fielder has done some stuff along with like Eric Andre?
Yeah, I definitely will avoid those type of films because they're not fun. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, where you have like especially Nathan Fielder and Eric Andre, they go into the real world and then just make things uncomfortable for people.
Right.
That's kind of, now this series is not like it's not in the real world. I mean, it's a drama, but oh my gosh, almost every minute of it is anxiety ridden, and I'm squirming in my seat because I just like, I'm enthralled in what I'm watching, kind of like a train wreck. And yet I also am horrified and like it took everything within me to watch the second episode.
Wow.
Because it was, it is so uncomfortable and so just like, and I don't even know where to throw it into a genre because some of it is very, very dark comedy, which works. Some of it is drama, which works. There's then like, I don't even know what other, not romance. Anyway, it's called The Curse. It's on Showtime. I will have a review out sometime soon. Not on the whole series because I can't. I'm not going to finish the whole series. It's not, the show is not for me. But if you enjoy like high tension type of things that just make you very, very, very uncomfortable, have at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Just quickly, here, I think it's this week, we get the 4K releases and Blu-ray releases of Blue Beetle, like physical media. We recently rewatched it, and it's fun still. I love the transformation of the Beetle. It wasn't my favorite of the new DC stuff, but I love the family dynamic. I think they're great. It's the special features that always make me smile. There's one here called Blue Beetle's Nana Knows Best. So I'll just let you think about what that's going to be about. There's Scarab's Vision, episode 1, Initiation, and episode 2 is Mastery. So there's some really extra bits on the Blu-ray. I believe the 4K has more, so this one's a bit more vanilla than others, but there's other stuff like Production Begins and In Full Fight and Hero's World, a Blue Beetle Generation. So it's if you like to own physical media and you want a reason like to justify why, it's all the extra content rather than just buying like the digital version, and you want to like have it on you. I like the tactile feelings. I like pulling out something from my shelf and going, yeah, I want to see that. Plus the artwork, the slip sleeve is really cool.
Oh yeah. So, well, and if Warner Brothers decides to just delete that off of their library, exactly. You can still watch it. I
still have it. Yeah.
That's the thing that, Well, is this, remind me, I can't remember now. Is Blue Beetle out now in the James Gunn universe?
No. Blue Beetle's not in the James Gunn universe.
Okay.
Yeah. Who knows?
And yet his friends are, which is...
Yes.
Anyway. Okay. Yeah. This is not rant time. This is
okay, but something that is on my list that is being, I think a lot of people are going to pass over. I don't know why, but it's a Hulu original called Culprits. I saw it out on Disney Plus because it's here with the Hotstar extra app bit. It has, how many episodes was it? It was 8. They're all about 45 minutes long. Oh. Has a great cast. I just wasn't expecting it to be as good. I didn't expect it to hook me when I did. It's Heat meets Ocean's 11 in a series about a heist. A bunch of people are basically rip off people you don't want to rip off. They take a lot of money, and there's a whole big extra mystery within that. They go their separate ways, and then an assassin starts taking out the people that were involved in the original heist. But our protagonist, we start in the future, and he has a partner, and the partner has 2 daughters, so he's becoming a family man, and then his past starts catching up with him, and every episode gives us a little bit more of the heist, so we see what happened in the heist and what went wrong, which is a really nice way to do it. It's like Reservoir Dogs, like sort of dialogue, where they talk about the heist, but you never actually get to see it. You think you've seen it, but you haven't. At least this time around, we actually get to see what they're talking about, what went wrong, which I like. They also have all these code names, like Reservoir Dogs, which is cool, like Mr. Pink, Mr. Orange, that sort of thing. They do the same thing here, and it works really well. The acting is fantastic. When you get action scenes, it's really tense, like those shootout scenes with Heat, you know. I was gripped because I like the characters and I was rooting for them, especially like our protagonist, because he's not really a good guy. but he's trying to put that life behind him. So when his life comes to find him, you feel sorry for the people that he's with, like his partner and the kids, but you still want them to be able to be a family together. But the people that are coming for him are so vile and disgusting and part of the very dark, dark world that you wonder what he's going to have to do to keep, like, is his old self going to win out, and will he be of use to them by the end of it? Will they even survive? Because this assassin is after them. And let me tell you, the assassin is such a James Bond villain. Different colored eyes, relentless, doesn't stop, like, is just great. Nice. Like exactly the type of villain you want. It's really fun.
That's fun. Are all episodes out?
All episodes are out, yeah.
That is outstanding. That's the best type of show that you can binge, especially when it's good and it hooks you.
Yeah. Really good fun. Yeah. That's all my movies, but on the anime side, over 9,000. Akuma Kun came out this week. It's 12 episodes, 25 minutes apiece. Took me pretty much the whole day and early evening to get through all of them because I struggled to connect with the anime for the first 6-7 episodes, and so that sounds like, well, it's not worth getting into. It's weird, it's quirky. The animation style of the actual characters, if you look at Akuma Kun, his big round eyes, like they're over in, like, bigger than they should be, that sort of animation style. And then even the backgrounds, they're drawn like they're sketches. It feels like you're almost looking at a moving manga, that kind of drawing. It works really well. But the story is, Akuma Kun is like, once every 10,000 years there can only be one sort of thing, there one wizard to rule them all. And they're like, this think of Robert Downey Jr.'s character in Sherlock Holmes, the intelligence that or Benedict Cumberbatch, maybe Benedict Cumberbatch is Sherlock Holmes more, because our character here, Akuma Kun, is so dry and emotionless that he often comes across as a douchebag, because you think he ought to care about those around him, but all this kid does is read and read and read and read. The thing is, he was raised by a demon for the first few years of his life in a demon world, and eventually when he's freed from it, he's learning to experience what it means to be human. So he's already at a disadvantage, and then he has this intelligent, and he's also called to protect the world and try and bring about a balance between demons living with humans. It's like, that's classic anime, and try and bring a balance where everybody's happy. And in the mystery of that is this flute device thing called Solomon's flute, which is the only thing that can really repel the big bad. And the big bad in here wants to do stuff to it and do stuff to Earth, because that's what big bad demons do. So here's the thing, you really start to connect with the characters about episode 8, and about episode 8 is when the big arc really starts kicking in. It also finishes on a cliffhanger that is so disastrous that you really hate it. like God damn it, how dare you do that? They finish off a storyline that they were working through that was kind of the overarching, but then they kind of start a new storyline in a way, in the worst way possible, and you're just like, seriously, that's where you're gonna leave us? The characters are quirky and it's funny, and then the juxtaposition is seriously dark. Like a mother strangles her daughter because she can't handle her daughter leaving or making the wrong decisions. Like, it goes from slapstick humor to dark storylines. And here we have his best friend is a half demon kid that is being there's always two, a wizard that tries to help the human control the balance. Reminds me of Heroes, always two, the human and the superpowered person. It's kind of what you have here. The thing is, this comes from a much loved manga comic, but it also comes from an anime that we had in 1989. We had an original series that the characters that you see in this series were in that series, and they kind of continue, so they're like the older generation passing over the reins to this one. So it's set 30 years afterwards, and so I think it has been almost actually 30 years, like 89, 2009, yeah, almost. And it's also, I believe, like the original creator. So much love and attention to detail has been put into this. I would say for you to fall in love with the animation, though, you're going to have to give it a good chunk of time to get into it. And there might be enough in there for you to like, but you won't be emotionally engaged until much later in.
So it is worth it.
Yeah.
But you have
to give it time. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Did you watch the sub or dub?
I watched... What did I watch? I watched the dub because I watched the first 2 episodes in the original, and I found it hard to follow because they were speaking quickly. So
Gotcha.
I was reading too quickly and I was tired, so I was just switched over to the English, and that was fine. But I would say that the original is always better if you can. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Any other animes?
No more animes. No.
Okay. Well, then we thank you for joining us. We hope we've liked what we've talked about. We would love to hear what are some of the best things that you watched this week. Also, don't forget in the comments, let us know your top 3 movie villains or series villains with an honorable mention or 36. Ruben said he will accept up to 64 names, so there you go. You can respond to the movie quote quiz, give us those answers as well. Don't forget we have a Patreon opportunity, patreon.com/thebeardedones. It's just £1 for that entry price. Gets you access to all of the videos that are on there. Like Ruben said, over 65. My guess is we're pushing 70, 75 almost. But there are a couple that are outside the paywall, so you can just see what we get up to there. There's also several tiers that give you different levels of the ability to request things. You can join at the £1 and you get access to everything, but if you want to have a little bit of say in what we talk about or what we watch, then there are those tiers available as well. For the audio, there's going to be a longer section there. We're going to talk about things that did not make our list, whether that be the worst thing we watched or just something that just didn't bubble to the top. We will talk about a movie that we both watched together, and this is going to be a discussion.
This is going to be an interesting discussion.
Ruben picked one, and it's a movie.
We can tease it now and just say that it's written by
Alan Moore.
Yeah.
Which it's called The Show, and it's quirky. And we're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it.
We will also hit on some entertainment news. The strike is over. Yes.
Yeah.
So that awesome. Movies are kicking back into gear in production. And then also we'll give a list of the things that we're looking forward to in the coming week. So maybe you can put some stuff on your watch calendar. That's all in the audio version. You can listen to that wherever you happen to listen to podcasts. We've also linked that in the description below, just easy as a jumping off point. But if you search the best thing we watched this week, that'll come up. And if you head over there and you do listen, if you could rate and review us, that would be huge. With that, hey, we will see you next week. All right. Take care.